What's up? This is Homewrecker. These are some crazy tour stories that we've had.
Go ahead.
So our first European tour was in 2013. Obviously we were stoked to be there. We kind of underpacked. We were assuming it was going to be like how it is in America, but it's so much colder. So we didn't really have like the warmest stuff to sleep in. I think he didn't even bring a sleeping bag.
Yeah,
but
I had like holes in my shoes and like
yeah, he stepped in a puddle on the first day and just had wet foot the whole day.
Yeah,
but
just done.
We stayed at this house in Leeds, and if they're watching this, I'm sorry, but
Terrible house.
yeah, it was like a huge like party house. There was like those little like CO2 cartridges that people like
Whippets.
sniff or whatever.
Yeah.
There was like garbage all over the house. There was a can of tomato soup that was opened and just left spilling onto the carpet.
It looked like art, like someone set up an art show
Yeah.
in the house.
There was a slug in the sink on the
Huge
dishes.
slug. There's vomit, like on vomit. It was just
And
terrible. I fucking hated it
So
much.
the guys that smoked weed in our band, they were like smoking with the guys that lived at the house, and the guys were saying like, oh yeah, you can crash in our bed, like we'll like go somewhere else, blah blah. And so they stayed up for like hours smoking with these guys. I'm in the hallway sleeping next to a garbage can, like this is it, you know. And then the guy ends up going like, oh, I don't feel like sleeping somewhere else,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it just
sleep in
didn't
my
work
bed.
out.
And didn't even give them the bed, so they had to sleep on the floor by all the garbage and everything.
It's pretty miserable.
That was a pretty low point, but
Yeah. Then when we flew back from that Europe tour, we played Newburgh, New York, and the bassist and myself, we the first band like smoked us up with a blunt, and when we first started our set, him and I like blasted off, and it was like laced or some shit. So that was like my craziest tour experience for me, was like playing a set like on something I wasn't, like a drug I couldn't control, and like falling down like Keith Moon on our intro after playing it for like 40 days.
yeah, it's like the
straight.
easiest intro.
And I just fucking passed out, woke up,
I
and
thought
then
they
went
had
back to
just,
playing.
yeah, I thought they had just like hadn't smoked in so long that because we were in Europe, that I thought they just
every
got too
emotion.
high. But like I look at him and he's just like screaming, hitting his drums, and then the bass player like pulls me aside. We like stop in the middle of the set.
He's like,
and
oh, I think I'm gonna lose my mind.
He's like, we got laced with something, man. This is fucked up. And so we hurry up and try to finish our set, and like
Every
I'm like
emotion.
pissed. So I'm like playing harder, and I ended up like splitting my hand open, so I'm gushing blood down my hand.
I'm lifting the bass cab in the van by myself, like
He's like
strong
crying.
man.
Our bass player is like holding his head. We're just like, luckily that was a horrible show, and there was like 10 people there.
Old Wounds. We played with Old Wounds.
Yeah. Shout out to Old Ones. But that was probably the craziest show we've ever played.
Yeah. Nothing crazy though as far as like on tour happens. Like we play shows all the time. We've seen cats like fight, all that bullshit. But nothing crazy. We're like, we try to like keep out of like the trouble with the law and just be like, you know, just stay on our own radar and not fuck around much.
Yeah, like how I was saying earlier, you just be respectful.
Yeah, seriously.
And we've seen a lot of crazy stuff, but it's like over 8 years of touring, you know, it's just like it's hard to make stuff stand out, and I feel like those two stories that we told are kind of like
That's
the
it.
keepers.
Yeah.